Welcome to About the House. Julian Leeser is one of the 37 new members of the House of Representatives in the 45th Parliament, representing the Northern Sydney electorate of Berowra. We sat down with Mr Leeser to discuss his new position and the reasons he ran for election.
I have always been interested in politics. My wife and I have lived in our local area in Berowra for 8 years. She grew up in the electorate and her family have run a dental practice there for 65 years. So the connections to the community are very strong. It's a wonderful community where people get involved and are always happy to participate. And I wanted to have an opportunity to represent my community in the Parliament.
The former member for Berowra was Mr Leeser MP, one of Australia's longest serving politicians. With this in mind, we asked Mr Leeser if he was stepping into some big shoes.
Oh, they're enormous shoes. I mean, Philip Ruddock was the second longest serving Member of Parliament since Federation. And just into the tradition of the House of Representatives. I mean, our Parliament's been going since 1901, but many of the traditions date back to England in the 16th and 15th century. So it's a wonderful tradition to be part of, and it's a great honour to be here, and I'm privileged that my local community sent me here.
Each new member of the House of Representatives gives a first speech in the chamber. Mr Leeser's speech focused on the death of his father, who took his own life. Mr Leeser is now a dedicated campaigner for mental health. The response from the public has been overwhelming.
But it was with a very different sound, pace and tempo. Seared on my mind from that night was the speed of her approach and her scream as she flung the door open of my bedroom sobbing, "Dad's gone, Dad's gone."
I've been absolutely overwhelmed by the response from the maiden speech. 250,000 people or more have seen it on my Facebook page alone. Our office has been inundated by people from right across the country writing to tell their stories of being bereaved by suicide or their experiences in mental health. I've been contacted by so many people to tell me how pleased they were that somebody in the Parliament spoke up and told such a personal story, and that's the reason I decided I wanted to tell this story, was to put it on the record, to let the broader community know that there are people in Parliament who understand these issues, and also to try to advance a cause that's very important to me, that we particularly go out and notice what's happening in the lives of our fellow Australians and ask people, are you okay? Or if we think they might be contemplating suicide, that we ask them that very tough question, are you contemplating suicide? And we ask that directly because the experts tell us that asking the question directly, as confronting as it is the best chance of saving a life.
Thanks for watching. If you're seeking support and information about suicide prevention, you can contact Lifeline on 13 11 14. For more news from inside the House of Representatives, you can follow us on Twitter or Facebook.